So at FishWise, we're a nonprofit that functions as a sustainable seafood consultancy. So a lot of what we're doing with the seafood companies we work with is collecting data on their supply chains, helping them understand where their seafood's coming from, how it's sourced, how it's produced, what kind of environmental impacts it potentially has, or other impacts such as social issues, illegal fishing, so forth. I moved to the Monterey Bay area about 20 years ago. And at the time when it came to local fisheries and seafood, no one was talking about sustainability. In part because the only news you heard about seafood was bad. And as a consumer, as a student, as someone who cared about the ocean, I found that I didn't have a lot of assurance in what I was seeing on the supermarket shelves. I was underwhelmed by the responses I'd get from wait staff when I asked about where seafood was coming from. If you contrast that to where things are now, I think there's been such a dramatic change. There's a lot more excitement around local, sustainable seafood, and I have a lot more faith that, especially because I'm working closely with companies, that supermarkets are being diligent about trying to do the right thing, source responsibly. A lot of the theory of change behind the sustainable seafood movement has been on top-down pressure. In essence, if you create the demand for sustainable seafood, then the market will rise to meet that demand. But I think there's still a lot of work to do to change kind of the conventional norms and thinking around, beef, chicken, and pork proteins that dominate the center of the plate. There's statistics that Americans eat more pounds of French fries per year than seafood. And from a developmental standpoint and a health standpoint, it would be so important to have healthier dietary options like seafood intertwined in our culture.